Hello and welcome to another Igloo imaging tutorial. This one is on design a gradient logo. It's in the most recent version of Illustrator 2021. The update just came through in the last couple of weeks in October. So the first thing I'm going to do, the artboard is 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels if you want to follow along. And over here I've got some colors for you. So if you want to just pause it here, this is your background color and these are the 4 gradients you're going to need. So if you add these CMYK values to your swatches over here, then it'll be a lot easier. You can even add these gradients if you want. You just click on the gradient once you've made it and you drag it from your fill into your swatch. And then that means whenever you've got a shape, you can just switch it from a solid to a gradient because you've already got them in there. If you want to change the gradient direction, I'll show you this later on, but you just click on gradient tool and then drag over the box. If you hold shift, it'll drag it in a straight line. Alright, so pause those, get those color values set, and we'll carry on. Alright, now you've got your colors. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is just one that I've just put together. And we're going to concentrate on doing this. First thing we're going to do is go up to our rectangle tool. If you can't see it, it could be underneath the ellipse tool or whatever the last shape you used. Now if you go to rounded rectangle tool and just click and start to drag out, depending on what your presets are, it could look rounded, it could look sort of less rounded on the corners. All I'm doing here is I'm still holding, I'm pressing up and down cursors. So if you get it to somewhere about the same size, if you hold shift as well, you're going to get a square instead of a odd shape. And drag it to about there. Those round corners don't look quite right, a bit bigger. Yeah, that looks about right. And leave it there. Then we're going to press V and just drag this shape along. So I'm just going to put it on a block white color to start with. At the minute we've got a fill color of white, and so what we're going to do is drag this over to the stroke color and get rid of our fill color. So what we end up with, if I click off this, is just a white stroke of a rounded box. So if I select that shape and then go to stroke, and I'll try 100. If we go a bit higher, maybe 150, a bit too much, 125, that looks about right. I'm just going to resize this shape, it's too big. Select it, with V, go to the corner bounding box, drag and hold shift until I feel that's probably about right. If this doesn't look right now, these little circles that you've got, you can just grab those and you can still change it. So if we want to change it to somewhere about there, perfect. Now this at the minute is a stroke. If I press Command Y, you'll see the outlines, see that shape there. This is a stroke. So we go up to Objects and Expand, Fill and Stroke. You just need stroke, but it doesn't matter. And now that is a shape. If I go back to Command Y, you can see it's turned from a stroke to a shape. So the next thing we're going to do, zoom in a little bit, I'm going to draw a circle. So go back up to your shapes and ellipse tool and just drag from this top. If you can't see these pink lines, by the way, go up to View and Smart Guides. Don't design anything without them, it's pointless. So up to this top line, drag and hold shift to about there, and select it with V and hold shift and drag it along. Let's just change the color on it a little bit to a gray. We want this bottom left bounding box, drag it out to just over. If we're exactly on it, we're going to have some problems. So we've now come away from this, so you can drag this box out this way until, if we zoom in and press Command Y, we want the very top, the apex of the circle, just to be lined up with that corner there. So that looks good. So back to Command Y, and it's a bit of tweaking. We'll go that way as well. Yeah, that looks good. So now, if you can't see a line, then go up to Windows and Align. Mine's hidden. In fact, sorry, Pathfinder, my mistake. You're going to select this shape with V, and you're going to press Shift and select this shape as well. So now you've got two shapes selected, and you're going to go over to Pathfinder and minus front. And what's that? That's chopped out the circle out of there. So now we need to select all this stuff. Press A and drag it over these and just hit delete. Then you can select A again, select these two shapes and press Command J. Just joins those together. I'll show you. So Command J and it joins those 2 points together. So now what we've got is our basic shape. We're going to take this, we're going to Command C, Command Shift V, which is just pasted it in place, and grab a corner and rotate it round, holding down Shift, so you get 90-degree rotation. And then just line it up to there. If you haven't got snap to point, put that on as well under view. And I'm just going to change the colors a bit so we can keep track. Now I'm going to press V and select both shapes. Command C, Command Shift V, I've pasted in place, and then rotate it around holding Shift again. So you'll notice it doesn't quite look right. So what we're going to do is select this shape here up at the top and Command Shift and your left square bracket, Command Shift left square bracket, and then pick up this piece as well, which is holding Shift. So now you've got these two pieces, and we're going to Command Shift left square bracket again. Oops, sorry, right square bracket, my mistake. Bring it to the front. You can also do it under Arrange, bring to front, and that kind of thing. That'll tell you the shortcuts in there. And then we're going to press Shift and pick up this piece and Command Shift right square bracket. That brings it up as well. So we'll select this shape over here and this shape at the top, and we're going to go back to Pathfinder and minus front, and that's going to cut that out. Now if I just undo that, I'm going to Command C, copy this top shape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Select those two together, holding Shift and minus front. And you can see there's a little bit left over. We can just get rid of that. And then Command Shift V pops my shape back in. You then have to go back around and select these three and Command Shift right square bracket, bring it to the front. So now we've got this overlapping effect. And as we did the preset colors before, I'm going to select this top one and press I, which is a color dropper, and I'm going to color drop mine. Now it's actually copied the gradient as well. So if I press the gradient tool here, I want my purple to start over there, drag and hold, press Shift, and I want the red to stop as it meets this line. So I'm going to select this one with A and then I, color drop this one, hit my gradient, I'm going to drag it from the top down to this line here. I'm going to select A here, color drop this bottom one, use the gradient, drag it from, oops, that gradient's the wrong way around, doesn't matter, I'll show you another trick. Click, drag over to this line, then go over to your gradient box and just reverse gradient. Select this one, A and I, color drop there, gradient, drag up. Again, this one's the wrong way around, doesn't matter. We'll just reverse it. And there we go. That is designing a gradient logo. Obviously you can do other shapes, triangles work well, make a play button, and there's plenty of different options. If that was useful, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.